Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. This one is once again about Snowy Escape, the next expansion pack for The Sims 4. And this time I will be talking about a couple of articles with new information, as well as an interactive map of Mount Komorebi. Let's get started. There are a couple of highlights that I want to go over in an article from Screen Rant. So it says that Sims can have up to 3 lifestyles at a time, and as their habits change, their lifestyles will also shift. Sims can also change their lifestyle using a reward potion or by calling a lifestyle coach. This feature is currently exclusive to the Snowy Escape pack. All players will get the opportunity to experience sentiments, though there will be expanded options if players opt for the DLC. Sentiments are feelings different Sims will have about shared experiences. While one Sim might reminisce on a moment with fondness, another may become sad. Now when Sims share time together, the moments can mean more and affect their moods later on. So that's a huge bummer that lifestyles are restricted to Snowy Escape only. I think that is just one of those things where it's purely to sell the pack. I mean, there are multiple examples, but the one that I always think of first is how in City Living, the video game consoles are restricted to that pack. You still need to buy that pack now to get them in your game, unlike in previous games where you didn't need to buy any packs to have a video game console. It would make sense to me because lifestyles, from what I've seen so far, aren't really that Japanese or snowy specific, so yeah, I think it is just something to boost the value of the pack. But it is good to hear that sentiments are coming in the base game update. And honestly, the sentiments seem more exciting to me than the lifestyles. I think sentiments are closer to the sort of personality overhaul that I've been asking for. I also find it very intriguing that it is possible for it to not be a mutual sentiment for the same moment between two Sims. One Sim could be happy about that moment, but another could be sad. The other part I wanted to highlight is this. Mount Komorebi is both a vacation world and a residential world. When players take a vacation there, as in other vacation worlds, they will need to stay in a rental property. As part of the free base game update that comes with this pack, players can now take a vacation to any world, not just the vacation worlds, though rental properties will not be available for families vacationing in the residential worlds right now. So yeah, that is pretty epic. That's exactly what I was hoping for. So that is a huge step forward for the Sims franchise in general, in my opinion, not just for The Sims 4, because it has been pretty segmented with the past games. I can understand with the first couple of games just trying to figure things out, but I really think the separation between vacation worlds and residential worlds should be broken down completely. While what's happening here is not exactly that, it's pretty good progress towards it. Hopefully The Sims 5 could completely unify the concept of vacation and residential worlds together, so we don't always have to ask the question of whether is this world going to be a residential one or just a vacation one. So yeah, that would be an awesome thing to have in the future. But now let's move on to an article from Sims Online. Time to dust off your skiing gear and pack your bags for a trip to Mount Komorebi, the new Japan-inspired world from the upcoming pack for The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. We were invited to join an exclusive live stream of the new expansion pack. Sim Guru Graham showed a lot of fun and exciting details about the new pack that we want to share with you, so stay tuned for some cool ins and outs of the upcoming content. Here's a quick summary of the most exciting features. Children can now wear a uniform to school. Oh boy. Now everyone's gonna think that the next game pack or expansion pack is definitely going to be about playable schools. Sims will take their shoes off when entering their home. In the world of Mount Komorebi, Sims can swim in the water that's available in the world. We saw a Sim swim in the local river. Yeah, we talked about that in the previous video. Sims can eat with chopsticks, another thing that we also talked about in the previous video, so that's pretty cool. 2 new deaths, 2 new woohoo spots as well. New weather conditions, over 150 objects in this expansion pack. I don't know the total amount of objects that we usually get in expansion packs, but it does sound like a lot. And any world can now be used as a vacation world, and Japanese-styled roofs and rock gardens. New aspirations! In this pack, your sim can choose 2 new aspirations: Mount Komorebi Sightseer and Extreme Sports Enthusiast. Thrill-seeking sims can pick the Extreme Sports Enthusiast for a life full of snowboarding, rock climbing, and adventurous expeditions to the peak of Mount Komorebi. For the Mount Komorebi Sightseer aspiration, tasks will include eating food at the town's festivals, taking a swim in the Wakaba River, and taking a selfie with the Mount Komorebi mascot, Yamachan. You can find a giant statue of him in some of the neighborhoods, and he plays a big role at the festivals. So I'm not really that enthused about new aspirations these days because I feel like they just tend to all be glorified tutorials. Though maybe Extreme Sports Enthusiast could be one that I'll reuse multiple times, since it would encompass that style of kind of just wanting to live a more extreme lifestyle, that sort of stuff. But with festivals, the Children's Festival takes place during the weekends. There's a special void critter hunt, much like Pokemon Go, going on at the festival. Heck yes, I've wanted to see Pokemon Go in The Sims 4 for quite a while, but I lost hope for it. Toddlers and kids can even craft paper samurai hats. We saw that in the gameplay trailer, it looks like. Yeah, they were pretty cute. Another festival that takes place in the traditional neighborhood is the Festival of Lights. Paper lanterns will flow down the river, fireworks, and even bonfires. You can also purchase exclusive clothing at one of the stalls. There's also a festival of snow near the onsen bathhouse that has the most amazing sculptures that will light up the neighborhood. If this isn't enough to lighten up the place, there's also a fireworks event happening during this festival. It is pretty neat that there are festivals in this pack. I hope they will be a bit more interesting than the ones in City Living, but yeah, I can't say I'm surprised that there are festivals here too. New food and drinks. There are 15 new food and drinks in Snowy Escape. Hot Pots are a great new addition in this pack. This will take the cooking skill to the table with other Sims to enjoy. This will make cooking a bit more social. New ways of eating food. You can now choose how Sim will eat their dinner. You can choose between forks, wooden, plastic, or steel chopsticks. Okay, so I didn't know specifically what options there were with the utensils. It is interesting to see that there are a few different kinds of chopsticks, and not just the one that we had in City Living. It is also worth mentioning that in City Living we had 4 Japanese recipes, so if 15 isn't enough, then we can have a total of 19 if you happen to have both packs installed. But 15 for an expansion pack that's specifically focusing on Japanese culture, pretty decent number. Then for lifestyles, lifestyles are about the lived experiences of our Sims. You can obtain them if you're doing a lot of extreme sports in the next couple of days, for example. But they can also fade away when your Sim isn't really active in that lifestyle anymore. If you really want them to be gone, you can buy a potion in the reward store, or you can call a lifestyle coach. Some of the lifestyles you can unlock are Workaholic, Hunger for Love, Frequent Traveler, and Health Food Nut. There are 16 different lifestyles you can acquire for your Sims. Alright, that sounds a bit more promising than before, especially that they can fade away. They're just not like there permanently or anything like that. I guess that wouldn't have made sense anyways. But yeah, alright, there we go. A bit more clarification as to what lifestyles are. Then for sentiments, sentiments are a new addition in The Sims 4. They will give Sims certain emotions from things that happened in the past or happening right now. For example, your Sim can hold grudges with another Sim. When those Sims come near each other, they will have a stronger reaction and will have an effect on your Sim's emotion. Or when you've had a great experience hiking with family and you've taken your own path after the hike and go skiing, the Sim will start to miss them and start feeling sad. The more I hear about sentiments, the more I'm interested in playing with them. I guess it is more like the Fury system after all from The Sims 2, but different than that. It's more broad. Next we have new deaths, so there's 2 of them. Death by vending machine. Heck yes, I called this one. When an item is stuck and you make an attempt to take it out, it can cost you your life. We did have this in The Sims 3 University Life, so I was hoping, oh well, if they're bringing vending machines back in this expansion pack, they better bring back the death along with them. So there we go. And there's also death by falling. When you fall off the cliff during rock climbing, there's a chance it's not just an injury. Don't go climbing with icy weather conditions. New woohoo spots. 2 new and very exciting woohoo spots for your Sims. Woohoo in the hot springs. You can woohoo in the hot springs in the onsen bathhouse, or place a hot spring at your lot. This is probably just like the hot tub woohoo though, so I wouldn't quite call this brand new. But then there's woohoo in ice cave. During the mountain excursion, you can come across an ice cave. It might be sealed and frozen over, or it might be available to your Sims. Yeah, that sounds quite cold. I don't know if that's something very advisable. New collectibles. Simmy. Simmies are the new collectibles in The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. You can find them in vending machines, for example, or find them at festivals. If you're really lucky, you can even find golden Simmies. You can collect 12 different Simmies and 12 rare golden variants of them. That's interesting. We didn't know about these before. So I guess in a way, they're like collecting Pokemon cards where you have the regular ones and then you have the shiny variants, except they're not really shiny, they're just gold. And yeah, it should be interesting to see what those will be like. The world and lots. There are a total of 14 lots in the new world. One of the neighborhoods is a more traditional Sinbamachi. The other neighborhood looks a bit more modern, and of course, the Snowy Mountain neighborhood. Okay, yeah, 14 lots I think is a pretty decent number by more recent standards with The Sims 4. Sure, having at least close to 20 would be nicer, but yeah, 14, I guess I'll take it. Hiking. You can hike together as a group and enjoy the nature around you. You may encounter wildlife such as creepy critters, so be prepared for that. You can go on different hikes such as bamboo forest, meditative walks, or do an exercise trail. It sounds alright, I guess. I don't think I'll really use hiking as much as the snow sports. New social event, Mountain Climb Excursion. You can form a group and go on a mountain excursion. Just like all the other social events, there are different tasks to complete. You must choose an excursion leader and the excursion team members. You can form a group of maximum of 4 Sims to climb the mountain. You'll start off at the onsen bathhouse so you can prepare for your journey to the top of the mountain. Take a nice warm dip in the hot springs to heal your past injuries a bit faster. Get some food from the vending machine, and of course take a bathroom break. You will start your journey on top of the slopes. You can either use rock climbing gear, or you can try and free climb your way to the top. But don't worry, they didn't include avalanches in this expansion pack. They did include some extreme weather you'll have to look out for. You'll come across base camps, more dangerous routes, and eventually you'll reach the top of the mountain. I'm very intrigued by the fact that this mountain climb excursion is actually a social event, not just something you just start through a single interaction and then it starts. So I guess this is a social event that I'll actually use on a somewhat frequent basis. Although it is a bit disappointing that there's no avalanches, I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, they've had so much trouble with snow depth apparently. What hope would there be for avalanches? So I think the avalanches probably would have looked terrible if they had done them. Skiing, snowboarding, and sledging. To start your journey of becoming a great snowboarder or skier, you can start with taking the bunny slope to test your skills. Sledging will also take place at the bunny slope. Sims can even go sledding with toddlers. It looks so cute. Kids can go skiing and snowboarding from the large slopes. Yeah, I can't wait to see what sledding looks like with toddlers. I'm sure that will be just bursting with cuteness. The large slopes that require a gondola to reach the top will have different intensity levels and different grades in difficulty. Each time, they will choose a new path down the mountain on the same slope. Snowboarders can record a POV snowboarding video and earn royalties from them. It's great to see the developers included a way to make money from these activities. It is interesting that there's really nothing being shown from like how the gondolas work, if they're just like animated at all, really. But yeah, that's very cool sounding with the POV snowboarding, so you could have a famous snowboarder, I suppose, especially if you have Get Famous installed with the Fame system and all that stuff. I also like that it is possible to go for different intensity levels and that there's different levels of difficulty for the slopes themselves, so it seems like there is a decent amount of replay value with the skiing and the snowboarding. Weather. There are a few weather conditions that will determine whether the slopes are safe enough to use. For example, with icy conditions, the slopes will be very slippery and Sims can injure themselves. There's also new weather conditions in The Sims 4 Snowy Escape. Thunder snowstorms are one of the new weathers. It's a blizzard with lightning that can be quite deadly. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been in the middle of one, but I remember hearing one outside of my house years ago. And yeah, that was quite something. When you're mountain climbing, the chances that extreme weather will occur will get greater when you're reaching for the top. What will be in the new base game update? Sunken entryway platforms. You can create a fully raised decorative platform to place plants, for example. They come in all shapes and sizes. You can now go on vacation anywhere. Go on vacation in any of the available worlds, not just destination worlds. Now let's take a look at the interactive map of Mount Komorebi. But before I go and click on all the things, I do want to bring up this tweet from SimGuru Graham. By the way, there's one more lot that you won't find on the interactive map. A big ol' empty 50 by 50 lot that sits adjacent to the onsen bathhouse in Yukimatsu for you to build on however you please. So yeah, it would be right over here. That is odd that it's not on the interactive map. So yeah, it's odd because this lot is blank, yet it's still on there. But I don't know, whatever. As long as it's actually in the final game, that's what matters the most. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on the houses because they have the same descriptions, but there's one cool thing that they mentioned with that some of the lots in Mount Komorebi were built by our very own game changers. No more spoilers though. So that's exactly what I thought it was all about with that Game Changers collab, that they were going to be building lots in this new world. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking house. And we have this one over here, this one over here, and wait, no, it's a blank lot. So Hazakura Lounge, a swanky hotspot for both locals and tourists. Hazakura Lounge is the perfect place to grab a drink, meet locals, and watch local musicians take the stage. Alright, cool. Something different from a bar, at least, though there is one. We'll get to that later. But this neighborhood is called Wakaba. Like its namesake, Wakaba is young, new, and bright as the leaves of a tree in early springtime. This small town is up and coming in the region, home to beautiful, sleek new homes and an attractive town center featuring Mount Komorebi's official mascot, Yama-chan. I'm not sure if it's Yama-chan or Yama-chan, but tourists of all ages can enjoy the Festival of Youth or simply take in the neighborhood's natural beauty. There's this festivals thing here. Each neighborhood hosts its own festival. In Wakaba, enjoy the Festival of Youth, where children can join Yama-chan on a Void Critter hunt. The Festival of Lights in Sambamachi honors the dead with dazzling displays and wishes for the living. While the Festival of Snow in Yukimatsu stuns with snow sculptures and games, check out festival-exclusive outfits and collectibles from the vending machines. I already seen people on Twitter point out how it's pretty similar looking to the dinosaur decoration in Oasis Springs. Though I'm more interested in what does this dinosaur have to do with the culture of this world. Alright, so then I think I did, yeah, I clicked on all the ones in this district. So let's go over here, start with the description of Sembamachi. The town of 1,000 leaves. It's the oldest in the region. Many locals enjoy the town's connection to nature, especially with the bamboo forest surrounding the town and unique, sprightly creatures that make a home in their leaves. It's said that if you walk the local trails long enough, you're bound to meet the guardians of the trees who reward those who love and respect their dwelling. Interesting. Down here we have the bamboo forest. Bamboo Forest is an incredibly scenic destination for Sims on a hike. Listen to the sound of the trees rustling together and keep an eye out for wildlife like bats, Japanese hornets, and denkimushi. Make sure to carry spray repellents just in case. Whoopsie. Alright, let's go over to this one. The Mountain Temple. This beautiful temple inspires many Sims to stop and reflect in its shadow. Swing by on a hike to take a selfie with this landmark, or make a wish at the Emma board. Okay, so there is something that you can do here. That's nice. Then we have the graveyard. This is kind of an interesting one. It says many Sims pause to mourn or offer a gift in the graveyard while on a hike. And sometimes, just sometimes, Sims might encounter spirits like Kodama or other forest spirits. Just try not to get cursed. So, yeah, there's another way to get cursed in this game, because there's, like, the Relics and Jungle Adventure. But, just, they were so close to giving us buildable graveyards. It's out in the public space. Why? Because if it was a buildable lot, then it would have, like, one of these icons, or it would be, like, with the plumb bobs. So, wow. that burns a little bit. It's like, okay, cool, there's this culture integrated into it, but I wish we could also build our own. Let's go down here. I didn't click on this one yet. Climbing walls. Many Sims start building their mountain climbing skills at the easiest rock wall in Yukimatsu, then visit the course in Sembamachi to continue improving. Good climbers often venture out on a mountain climbing excursion to the peak once they're comfortable clinging to these cliff sides. So I really like how the climbing walls are actually scattered throughout the world and not, say, like the beginner, intermediate, and expert ones are just all right next to each other in the same place. You actually do have to explore the world more to just seek out the better walls that take more skill to climb. And, oh, I also forgot to mention, there's this over here, so you can have like all these check marks, you can check off, like, yeah, just have the tags not show up there if you don't want them. So then I'll minimize that. Let's go to this house over here. It's weird, this one just has the render. And then we have this park, Hanamagawa Koen. It's a beautiful natural space that belongs to everyone. The land was donated to the town by families who wanted to preserve a little bit of the sweeping, surrounding natural beauty in the heart of Sembamachi. And here's the bar. Izakaya Ippai. I probably butchered this one, I'm sorry. But it's the perfect place to meet up with friends, play a game of cards, or chat with the locals. Okay, then we have this house over here. Whoa, that's a pretty nice one. And then we have this one over here as well. Yeah, it looks pretty densely populated. I like it. Alright. Oh, there's this star over here. Caves. Hiking is the only way to reach these stunning caves. Playful Sims might shout into the depths to hear their voices echo back at them, while mindful Sims can take a moment for themselves. Okay, so I think that's all of Sembamachi. Oh wait, did I click on the park? Yeah, wait, no, I did, never mind. Okay. Let's go over to Yukimatsu. The true beauty of the countryside can be seen from Yukimatsu, named for its snow-covered pines. Located on the slopes of Mount Komorebi, this area offers gorgeous vacation rentals, a variety of snow sports, untamed wilderness, and a peaceful onsen bathhouse getaway. Whether it's relaxation in a hot spring, seeing the sights of the snow festival, or an exhilarating climb to Mount Komorebi's highest peak, this year-round snowy wonderland has something for everyone. Okay, so let's go over here. So this is the Sudafani Onsen Bathhouse. It's a perfect place to unwind after an exciting day on the mountain. The natural hot springs have rejuvenating properties that will get any weary or bruised adventurer back into the action in no time. So judging by the icon here, it looks like the bathhouse is a new venue type. Let me go over here. Gondola. Take this up to the top to reach the trails and start a mountain climbing excursion to the peak of Mount Komorebi. It's much easier than trudging uphill through the snow. Is that even an option? But yeah, the gondola. That should be interesting to see if Sims will ride it at all. But let's go over to this. Oh wait, nope, that's the caves I already clicked on. Alright, so yeah, this is a rental lot. I recognize that tag there. Yeah, it's pretty nice looking. That is pretty awesome, just having that sort of easy access to the slopes. Then there's hiking trails. Venture out onto the hiking trails in Senbamachi and Yukimatsu to see all the natural beauty that surrounds the town itself. Stop at any of the points of interest or merely take it all in on a mindful walk or energetic stroll. And then we got this one here. I think this is the last one. Snow slopes. Snowy slopes at the base of the mountain offer plenty of fun. Stick to the bunny slope for sledding, or choose one of the 4 different trails at the top of the gondola for skiing and snowboarding. Most beginners stick to the bunny slope as well, while they learn to stay on their feet. Okay, so I think that is all of it. Yeah, alright. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting sort of marketing technique. I remember they did this with City Living. I don't know how many packs they've done this for, but I would love to keep seeing these interactive maps every time we get a world. Well, at least for the expansion pack ones. I guess the game pack worlds tend to be pretty small most of the time, but yeah, this is cool. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know in the comment section below what you think about Snowy Escape after seeing all the stuff in this video, and be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I'll talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!